Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, Jan and I are up at the Scott House. This is our Airbnb, and this is the old homestead that I grew up in. We actually moved here in Minnesota. I think it was in 1965, and lived here for several years before we moved in on the prairie to a bigger house. But this was my Uncle Scott's house. He moved out of it and let us move in. And my dad was the oldest brother, and he had seven. Well, at that time there were 6 kids. And my 7th, my little sister was born in this house. Anyway, we just wanted to take you on a tour of it. This is right in the middle of the Judy farm. Jan, you show the big trees in the yard. I used to play underneath these trees when I was just a little tight. I don't remember them being that big. They probably weren't quite that big in those days, but beautiful white oaks. And our farm, on all directions, you can see the rolling pastures and the hay. And
it's a little hard to see now with the
stacked bales over there. Yeah, with the leaves up, but normally there's cattle come around. We're grazing through this area, but I wanted to show you, this is going to be a spot that we use for the Airbnb now. And Jan has it on the Airbnb website. So
well, I have it on VRBO, I have it on Travelocity and Airbnb, but okay. The most hits are off Airbnb.
Okay. So this is, well, first of all, get out of here, Beat. First of all, this house, when we lived in it, it didn't have any running water in it, and it didn't have a bathroom. So we had an outhouse out behind the house. So I always tell people you had to go pretty bad in the wintertime to go outside when it was 10 below zero, but come on in. So this house was basically falling in. You can look through the roof and you can see it's the sky. So the roof was gone on it, and the water was coming in. It was destroying the tongue and groove flooring. And at that time, we had a young man named Kevin, and Kevin Teeter. And so Kevin started helping me along with another fellow, Jeff. He was our intern. And we worked on this thing. We'd move cows in the morning, do our chores, and then we'd kind of work on this in the after, a good part of the day. And we basically stripped the whole thing down to the bare bones. Took all the ceiling joists off. They were all rotten. The roof was gone. The walls were that batting, plaster crap. So we had to take all the batting out, and we made this. There was just a door right here. I made that bigger so we could get more airflow in here. And originally we had a wood stove in here, but when we made it an Airbnb, I didn't want people up here burning wood that weren't used to, fires. Figured probably a good chance we'd burn it down. So we took the wood stove out, and we do have a mini split, and it's the heating and the cooling, and it keeps it really comfortable in here. Oh, there's one right here. Yep. And there's another one in the other bedroom. And
there's one in each of the bedrooms.
There's one in each of the bedrooms. So we'll start right here. This is the backup bedroom.
The front bedroom. The
front bedroom. And I got to give a plug for Josiah. Josiah made this headboard for us.
Out of our cedar.
Out of our cedar on our farm. And folks, this is where all the kids slept. So the next room I'm going to show you, it was Mom and Dad's.
Well, there wasn't even a wall.
No, there was just a big arch. There was a big arch in there. That was a door. There wasn't a door on it, just a big arch. So Mom and Dad slept in the next room, but all the kids slept in here.
I think there was just a curtain you set up.
Yep. And so my bedroom, folks, is right there in that corner. I had a little cot. It was right here. That's what I slept in, was that cot. And my sisters all slept over here. They had 2 beds over here. And then my older brother, he had the back porch. And he had a bed out on the back porch. And so there was 9 of us living in this little house. But what was weird is we never felt like we were clogged up or it was, constricted. It was home.
Oh, you were outside most of the time too.
Yeah, Mom always had us outside as much as possible. So this is the front room. It's got a little lookout here.
A little cove.
Yeah, I had to rebuild that whole cove. The whole thing had just rotted and the weather was coming in.
Open that book.
Well,
we've got some pictures in there.
Yeah, it's pretty sad what it looked like. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There's the cove that he rebuilt.
Yeah. It looked awful. There it is starting out. There's my Uncle Scott right there. Yep.
That's who the house is named after.
he was a neat guy. But you can see what we did. I mean, we had to strip all the walls down. And there it is starting to go back. And there we are putting the metal on. Oh, we had a hive of beeves and a big old deal on the front. One of the piers that we had to take off to rebuild the porch right here. It was in one of those. We had to rebuild the whole front porch. Now here we are standing. That's Jeff. And yeah, you can just kind of see, I mean, the progression of it. It was a mess. And at the end, you know, once I got into it about halfway, I'm like, why did I start this? You know, I could have went across the road, overlooking a pond over here and built a brand new house.
Or a trailer.
Or whatever. And basically, this was going to be the farm manager's house. And Kevin, that's where he lived for a while until he got married and he left. But this, yeah, it costs a lot of money to rebuild something old. But I had an emotional attachment to it because I had a lot of fond memories here. You know, Mom and Dad, they were good parents, and they always made us feel like we were loved. And we didn't have nothing. We didn't have nothing. But it didn't feel that way because we always were loved. And I'll always remember that. So this is the kitchen in here. We've got pretty much everything we need. I mean, got the coffee maker, we've got a refrigerator. It's a fully fledged kitchen. I mean, if you want to cook in here,
fully stocked with pots and pans.
Yeah, pots and pans. You got to bring your own food.
Yeah.
This is the bedroom.
The main bedroom.
The main bedroom. There was a door right there, and that door went into the back porch, and we closed all that in, and yeah, so it made it a nice bedroom here. Then the back porch, there wasn't anything back here but a back porch. Now this is our, you might see our utility room and our bathroom.
Our mud room.
Yeah, mud room. Yeah, so Jan's got she does all of her laundry here for the Airbnb.
And we don't have a dryer. We have a clothes dryer. I mean, a clothesline outside.
Yep. And then we put a door in right here and a little wall. And this is the bathroom back here. Everything you need. It's got the there's your shower and bathtub. And of course we got the stool and your sink, and yeah, that's all you need, really.
Yeah.
But the whole house has got the original tongue and groove
Well,
floor
it's
on
not tongue and groove, but just the.
Well, it is tongue and groove. It's got grooves on it like this, honey.
Oh, but
I tore it out. I tore
Okay.
some of it out. I know it's got grooves.
but
on
you
it.
can see here was a door here,
Yep, that's where the wall was at. We
Yeah.
moved the wall out.
but there was a door here. There were like 3 doors here. It made no sense.
Yeah.
And then there was another door here.
So anyway, we're using the Airbnb. A lot of people come here. They come to buy cattle or sheep or grazing school or farm tour. They'll come in the night before. We just had a couple here spent the night. And they have a book here, and they left a really nice, almost half of a page of how much they enjoyed this house. And people come out here just to refresh. They get out of town. It is very peaceful. I mean, look out the window there. You've got a beautiful picture no matter what direction you go out of.
Well, and I just want to look at this window here. We have a hugel bed, a raised hugel bed that the guys built. There was an old tree there, and Brenda and I have planted some tomatoes and peppers and onions for the guests to be able to go out there and pick once they get big enough. So we'd like to interact with the families that way.
Yep.
Their internet's not so good, but that's okay. There's no television. That's okay. One of the reasons is we want people to unplug.
Yeah, you got board games in here.
Oh, got board games and
Yeah.
books and
People learn to talk to each other. You know, when you got the internet and TV all the time, you don't talk to each other anymore. So we've heard that when couples come out here, they're like, wait a minute, there's no TV. We have to actually talk with each other.
right. Or they go on hikes,
Yeah.
or there's a lot of things in the area to go do and see.
There is.
There's nature trails, and Columbia's only 25, 30 minutes away if that's what you need.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a nice place to go and get away. But we're starting to see more and more people that are booking it. We had a lady outside of Columbia. I just need to detox.
yeah.
She just get out here, just get away from everything. And we see that. We see married couples that are newlyweds. They'll come out and spend some time here, and that's kind of cool, folks. If you've got a farm and you've got a pretty location, and you can get maybe fix up a farmhouse and not get too much money wrapped up in it, it is a good way to bring people onto your farm. And then those people might be customers. You might sell them half a beef, or a grass-fed lamb, or a pastured pig, or some eggs, or whatever. And so you've got to get them to come out there. And so this is agritourism. So you're basically trying to get people to come to your farm and then have things there to, offer them.
Well, not always, just not
Not
always
always,
that.
but I mean, it's a good way to promote a farm.
Well, and yes, promote a farm life. Because they are voting people that we need to get more people out on the land and see what we're doing and experience us.
Yep, that's right.
So.
Yep, so that's kind of a breakdown on it. How do you get a hold of the Scott House, honey, if you want to book it?
You go to one of those 3 places, and it's called the Scott House in the Country, and it's under Clark, Missouri.
Okay. So there's an Airbnb website, and there's the other 2?
It's listed under Airbnb,
Yep.
VRBO, and Travelocity.
Okay, cool.
So,
right.
Or you can private message us, and we can block it out for you.
All right, well, folks, you all have a good one. I just wanted to highlight the Airbnb today. We just got through. Jan and I came up here and cleaned it up, and we always do that in between guests. So everyone have a good one, and hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll see you next time.